So here's a list of your major Gestel words. So pause the video and have a look at these words. Just memorize them, because what comes through will be one of the words. Use them to get the first basis of what we're doing. So the line you can see here is the ideogram. And basically it's literally just any direction. You can draw any sort of squiggle, movement. It will come from your subconscious. It'll be right whatever you do. Don't worry about what the ideogram looks like. Just have a look at the image of this squiggle on the paper and memorize it, and yours is going to be something like this. So once you've drawn your ideogram, let's just start again here. Here's the line that you've drawn. This is the connection to the numbers and the information that you're going to bring down from the ether onto the paper. So this first section, what we actually have to do is write out the movement of the line that's come from your subconscious. So you're describing what this line is doing. So you'd say the line moves up to the right, meets a point, goes out, swoops down, meets another point, goes back left, and then curves over, and then back left again, and ends. Just a basic description. So you'd write that along there. You're making more of a connection between the line, your mind, and the numbers that you've been given, the coordinates for the remote viewing. Now in this first section, you're writing down what we call the major Gestalt. And that information is basically things like the landscape. Is it liquid, or is there any airiness, or is there a structure? Is it man-made, or are there any biological entities? Also things like energetics, so that's like airiness, wind, anything that's sort of movable, that's got energy around it. You're getting, so that's what we call a major Gestalt. You'll have to go back on this video and just listen to those words again for the different types of major Gestalt, and that should be coming through. And obviously you're just going to write those different words down. So you'd say, well, the site appears to have a biological, which can be, a biological is anything from an animal, a pet, a wild animal, a human, of course, anything of that nature that's biological. And then the other major Gestalts, things like the liquid, it could be like a liquid in a furnace, it could be molten lava, but you're just going to basically put the basics to say what the major Gestalt is. You're not going to guess the word, because some words will come in, and those words usually they come under the bracket of an AOL. So AOL goes on this side. You would write an AOL, so sometimes a full image would come into your mind. So when I've just said lava, for example, you would write that down underneath, because this is just an image that's flicked into your brain. Now it could be connected to something, so the lava that you see, and it might be the major Gestalts, the sun. So put all your thoughts on the right, because we're not ready for that information. You want to keep all your thoughts on the right hand side, and you just put in what you feel is the major Gestalt on this side, going over those information points that I said at the beginning of this video. That's part 2 of the training, going into the major Gestalt. So here's a summary, because I'm just going to go over the AOL again. AOL is analytical overlay. So if you quickly get an image of, we're going to stick with the lava, if that comes in, just write lava on the right. But obviously it is a liquid, so you would then put the word liquid on the left, because you may be getting a thought that's coming in which is making you think lava. But I want you to stick to the basic, the rudiments, the fundamental part of it, which is it's like a liquid. So you would write that down, liquid, as an energetic. So other energetics, it could be near a power station, you might feel electricity. It could be wind, it could be so obviously if it's a wind, it might be a turbine. It comes into your head, you're thinking, wow, it's a propeller or something like that. You write propeller on the right, but the energetics around it is like the wind. So trying, obviously I can't say every single word and every single connection between the two, but if you think of that principle of those energetics and what they can be linked to, that's what I'm talking about in this sense.